So I'm going to give you a quick overview of Node Noggin, and hopefully this will give you a snapshot as to why you might want to continue to support its creation and its ongoing production. Of course, if you visit Node Noggin, which is nodenogg.in, at any time you can access this product. It's a free and open source piece of software, so anyone can use it anytime. But if you think it's useful and you want it to keep going, and you want to say, I think this thing should be here and I want Adam to keep making it, then please do support the Patron. And there's various tiers that I will use to ensure that this continues to be developed. I'm going to develop it anyway, but if you think it's useful, interesting, exciting, then please do support it via Patron. That's the way we're doing it. So currently, as of January 2020, if you visit the website, this is what you'll see. So I'm just going to talk through how you can use it today, so you can see if you want to support it. So much more stuff's coming. There's going to be ways that you can build it in all kinds of ways. I don't want to talk about that now. For now, have a look at this, see if you want to support it, go and check it out, play with the thing. If you like it, you think you can use it, then support, get in contact. I can tell you all kinds of cool stuff about what we're going to be doing with Node Noggin. So when you visit this website, you can launch the current online version. Of course, you can download the thing and run it yourself locally if you want. A little bit technical at this point, but that will become easier. Other thing to bear in mind, when you launch this, although this is the web service version, everything is stored locally. It's your data. First place it stores it is on and in your browser, and then sends it to a remote server to synchronize with anyone else working with you. You can also support here straight through from this website if you want to. Thirdly, you can follow the project. Following the project lets you keep up to date with the blogs, the information, and the things I'm doing to enhance Node Noggin on a regular basis. You can, if you want to, click on About, see more about the project, read more details, get some real bits and pieces, and if you are a Patreon supporter and you'd like to be listed, you will be listed under the supporters tab here. So let's launch the project, let's see what it does, and let me tell you a bit more about it. So I'm going to click launch. This will take you to the current build. Here we've got a number of things we need to do to get in to use the app. This app is designed to extend the physical studio design thinking processes. Its primary design position is to help support design education. So this is for a number of people working on a project together to extend the activities they undertake in the physical studio into the digital space. Here we can create what's called a microcosm. That's what we're currently calling the little communities that you can create in Node Noggin. It's a shared digital space that is privately owned by those individuals. So what we first need to do is we need to go in and we need to create the name of our microcosm. Everyone who wants to join that uses the same name. So for now, I'm going to use one that I've been using earlier, which is a microcosm named Patron. If I then click the plus, I can then give myself an object name. So this is who I am. However, this information is completely anonymous and is stored privately. So here I'm just going to give this a name. So I am going to call this device 555, and I'm going to click plus. I'm then going to click start, and this will take me into the main interface for Node Noggin. Here you'll see a list of people who are contributing. As they're contributing, that list will update live, and we see there's some contributions from individuals that have already been here. At the moment there's only me in here, but you would predominantly be using this with a group of people. I can then create notes, links or attachments really quickly around the space that I'm thinking about. And at this mode, I'm kind of in this bucket list mode where I'm sort of adding new things. So I'm going to do that with the keyboard shortcuts. They're really handy. Obviously it works on mobile, but it is much faster if you are working in on a computer or a device that has a keyboard. So I can press N to create a new item. And I can do Option return or Alt return, and that will then close that. It's saving everything in real time. If people are typing, we see that happening in real time. Okay, if I then press the T key or hit switch view, that will toggle me into the spatial view. And you can see here there's a number of those objects are currently spatially represented through squares, and if you have links, for example, let's create a link. Link, right, select that. Then these are represented in differing ways, and these objects can then be connected together. So we can use Option or Alt plus or minus to zoom in and out. We can press the C key to go into connection mode, and we can start to connect these items as we see fit. If I double click on one of my items, I can obviously edit that, and I can add to that. If I double click on an item contributed by someone else, I can see that in read mode. And in fact, I can actually write whilst reading another piece of information. At the moment, what you're seeing here is obviously very short pieces of information, but they could be much longer. If I want to as well now, I can choose someone else's note, and if I like that note or I want to give it a reaction, I can use the emoji reaction thing here to provide a quick sort of voting system for those particular objects. And the current representation obviously is just shown up here in the read section, but the spatialization mode and the future versions of being able to view and see that data will unlock a number of things, whether that be numbers of connections, numbers of reacts, numbers of contributors, number of tags, number of votes. All that stuff is coming. At the moment, this is the current version, and all of that data has yet to be surfaced, but is actually ready to go. If, when you're finished, you're happy with what you've done, you can always rejoin this microcosm by joining the same name, Patron in this instance, and if you want to be editing the data that you worked on, the same object name. If you want to join another microcosm, you just scroll to the bottom of the spatial view at the moment and you hit join another microcosm, and that will clear out the local related storage that allowed you to synchronize to the one machine that then synchronized the other of those who are connected to the microcosm. Hopefully that makes some sense. Hopefully you'll enjoy it, and please, if you think it's exciting and interesting and you want to support the project, then just back it through the Patron.